Hey there, this is Isolde Trachtenberg. I hope you enjoyed today's encore show. This is an encore posting of the Self-Made Creative Podcast, as this show used to be called. New episodes will return May 29th with the inimitable Ryan Hayashi. Until then, if you like what you're hearing, please rate, review, and comment. Subscribe to the show so I can keep bringing you the best content for your creativity, your business, and your life.
Hello, my loves, and welcome to today's episode of The Self-Made Creative. My name is Isolde T, and I'm super happy you're here. Here is where I explore how to succeed at the crossroads of creativity and business. Today, I want to talk about leveling up. Okay, so leveling up in the video game world is when you reach the next level of complexity, when you've completed the level before, you won it, and now you're heading on to the next great adventure, whatever it is. In creativity, it's when you plumb the depths, go to a whole different place with whatever it is you're creating. Let's say your songwriting evolves into something that's more poignant or has better hooks, or your painting technique kind of skyrockets and evolves into something that is more uniquely you. And you've got to take it to the next level, right? So in business, you have something similar. You can go from doing something that starts out as a hobby, for example, and you work it. You do what you need to do, you make things happen, and it seems like it's fun. And then you realize, this thing that I do as a side hustle could be something I do for real, as in it can become my business, maybe even my primary business. I love doing it. I'm creative. I get to enjoy the heck out of it, and it makes me money because I have an audience, or I have a client base, or I have customers, however that works for you. So what do? How do you take it to that next level? Well, if my life is anything to go by, you study. You learn from people who know better than you. You might find a mentor, somebody who loves your stuff enough to teach you one-on-one, but chances are you're going to have to take courses and classes, and sometimes they're very helpful, and sometimes you get into it, you put your money in, and you realize that you are not a good fit, right? So you have to be careful, and you have to really ask a lot of questions about what fits and what doesn't. But that means you have to know yourself and what you're trying to achieve before any of the rest of that. So how do you do that? What do you do to make sure that what you're about to learn in leveling up is something that's actually going to be helpful to you when you level up? Hang on one second. As you all know, this is raw, real, and unedited, and I literally have to clear my throat. Sorry about that. So, where am I? What do I do? How do I figure out whether or not this thing that I want to study is going to be the right fit? Well, first of all, you need to know who you are, and you need to know what you're trying to achieve. If you want to maintain your business as a side hustle, then that's what you need to learn. How do you do it? How do you fit it into the rest of your life? But if you want to make sure that you can take this side hustle, this hobby, and turn it into a lucrative business venture, then you're going to need to figure out what kind of business you're in. Are you a service-based business? Are you a product-based business? Are you creativity only, an artist or something like that? Or do you combine multiple facets in order to make sure things go? All of these things will inform whether or not you choose one type of learning over another. And then once you've gotten that part in, once you're in the process of doing that, you have an incredible amount of resources. Now, you don't have to necessarily go pay a lot of money, although plenty do, and certainly I have and am right now. You could study a lot online. Google is your friend there. Tons of YouTube videos, tons of free webinars. And of course, remember, the webinars sell you stuff, so they don't give all of the goods away. They'll tease you with what you could learn, what you might learn. But if you know who you are, you'll be able to do a much better job of knowing whether or not this will be a good fit. If it is, great, do it. If it's not, feel free to step away. Even if you think you might learn something, if it doesn't fit what you're trying to achieve, it won't be useful. Now, for me, one of the things that I do in addition to this podcast is I put up a lot of stuff on Instagram. Well, early this morning, I got up at about 4 a.m. Thank you, daylight savings time. And I started looking into what it is when you level up on Instagram. So there are two apps that I had no idea even existed, but they are fabulous. I'm starting to explore them, and I'm going to talk about them more as I go. But I didn't realize that Instagram was something that you could make themes out of. In other words, you could figure out how your Instagram feed would look to anybody who's looking at your entire profile, right? You can have a color scheme. You can have, let's say, down the center, all white pictures with quotes. And on the other sides, you could have all videos. And on the left side, you could have all blue themed pictures or all beach themed pictures. And there are two apps that allow you to do all of this that I had no idea existed. One is called VSCO, which allows you to create themes and as far as color palettes and things like that, so your own filters. And then there's Preview, where you can schedule all of your Instagram posts based on following the theme that you want. In other words, if you do want to have all quotes down the middle, all videos on the right, and all beach-themed photos on the left, you can drag and drop and do other ways of creating these themes on Preview. I'm not affiliated with these apps or anything. I just discovered them today, but it's amazing that once you're ready to take it from, oh, I'm sort of a hobbyist and I like putting up pretty pictures, to I have a specific marketing channel, I have a specific plan, and I'm going to work it so that as my business levels up, so does my communication media. I hope today's episode has been helpful to you. I hope you enjoy it. Until next time, I send you all of my love. I have a feeling today's is a little bit longer than usual because my eyes were opened at 4 a.m. to these possibilities. If you like what you're hearing, please subscribe to the podcast and please leave a review on iTunes or Google Play. It would mean the world to me. Until next time, I send all of you my love.
Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the podcast if you're new, and please tell your friends about the community we're building here. Today's episode was produced by Isolde Trachtenberg and is copyright Isolde Trachtenberg 2019. Today's music was from Kevin MacLeod, Laser Groove, and Ave Marimba, brought to you by Creative Commons License 3.0. As always, please remember this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Past performance does not guarantee future results, although we can always hope. Until next time, I send you all of my love.